You heard it, right?
Yeah.
Sound like muffled?
Yeah, we both hear it. Come in.
Police!
I opened the door. I saw pieces of her on the floor.
Carlin, this is the Albuquerque Police Department. We're not going away. You're not free to leave. You need to follow our directions or force will be used against you.
I need a few questions.
A retired couple had invited their family over to their house in Albuquerque, New Mexico, for a holiday dinner on Thanksgiving Day, November 24, 2022. However, when the family members arrived, they found that the house was locked up tightly and nobody answered the door. Growing increasingly worried, they broke in, only to stumble upon a revolting scene of unimaginable horror. Inside the house, they found the dismembered body of Carlin's wife, Connie. Pieces of her were everywhere in the room, and Carlin was on the bed, appearing peaceful. But the gruesome discovery would leave them in shock and confusion.
911 emergency.
Yeah, I need to get PD over to my brother's house. We need a welfare check. Something's wrong.
Okay.
We can't get in the house, and they're expecting everyone for Thanksgiving.
Okay, so you're at the house right now and just knocking on the door and nobody's answering?
Yeah,
Oh.
we checked all
Where
the
are you at?
perimeters.
In a call made to 911 early that day, Tammy, the sister of Carlin, rang it in fear that something terrible had happened. She explained to the dispatcher that her brother had dementia, the same kind Robin Williams had, frontotemporal dementia. She said that her brother hadn't been doing well and that they hadn't heard from him or his wife Connie since the morning. Their car was still there, which added to the family's anxiety. Tammy emphasized both Carlin and Connie were looking forward to a family visit for Thanksgiving dinner.
Does your brother have any, mental problems, mental problems?
Yes.
What does he
Yeah,
have?
he has the same thing Robin Williams had. It's a form of dementia.
Does he live with somebody?
Yes, he lives with his wife. Inside somewhere, we don't know what's going on. Him and her are here, and they're expecting us all for Thanksgiving, and no one can get a hold of them all morning. And
Okay,
the
so...
car's here. And
Okay, well, I was
the
worried
house
that your
is
brother
locked.
was there alone and something happened, he fell. So the brother and the wife, nobody's answering the door, but the wife should be there.
The 911 operator was eager, saying officers would be on their way as soon as possible. But Tammy wasn't going to wait for the police to get there. She was growing fearful of what might be in that house. She wondered if something terrible might have happened, and she ultimately decided to enter the residence. What she found inside confirmed all her worst fears. Tammy immediately called 911 again, saying, "It's my brother. He's killed his wife." Her voice shook with shock as she described what she'd seen. Connie's body is cut up and splattered across the bedroom. Tammy tried to explain the nightmare unfolding in front of her through tears and disbelief. She mentioned to the 911 operator that Carlin was still inside the room, lying down on the bed, and looked directly at her with nothing to say. She recalled moving backward out of the room in horror, repeatedly shouting to her family to get out of the house. Her son attested that Uncle indeed killed his aunt, but left them the gruesome duty of reporting the murder on a day meant to unite the family.
I opened the door. I saw pieces of her on the floor. And he was kind of in the bed, and he kind of looked at me. But there's pieces of her all over the bedroom.
Okay, so what pieces did you see of her? I know it's disturbing.
I just backed out.
What did you see, though? Did you see her hands, legs,
Yes.
face? Did you see?
Maybe her face.
Okay, so he saw you?
Yes.
Did he say anything?
Nothing. I backed out. I just backed out and told everybody, get out, get out, get out.
You guys are supposed to have Thanksgiving there?
Yes. Yes. I think he cut her up.
And he never
Maybe
came
I'm
out?
wrong.
I'm sorry?
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't see that.
What do you mean? Why do you say that?
He surely couldn't do that.
You don't think he could do that?
No, I think he could. I think he did. I know he did.
Okay.
Oh, God. I never will get over this.
Tommy could hardly digest the horror as the family told the dispatcher that Carlin had shown no hostility before, despite suffering from dementia. But his mercurial mood swings had frightened them on previous occasions, and Tammy recalls that he had dark thoughts. The family had been forced to take precautions. Sharp objects had been removed from the home, but knives still lay in the kitchen, something that would later weigh heavily on Tammy's mind. The police arrived soon after the phone call, flooded the neighborhood, and surrounded the house. They had to tread carefully since Carlin's dementia could become unpredictable and deadly sometimes. Even though the family assured the police that Carlin did not believe in guns, officers could not take any risks since they knew he could have used something else for the crime committed.
Okay, here's PD now.
Do you see them? Do they see you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry, okay?
Okay.
I'll pray for you. You take care. Bye.
The family members have been inside.
Alright. Hang on to the interior door open.
Carlin Dano. D-E-N-I-O.
I'm gonna switch to lethal.
Okay.
And cover that front door. Just watch your back around this corner.
You got it.
Take a step back. Yeah, that's perfect. And cover me while Can you clear that vehicle?
Yeah. Looks clear, sir.
Carlin, this is the Albuquerque Police Department. Can you hear me?
The police surrounded the house and shouted to Carlin, "Come out peacefully." The family, still dazed, watched from a safe distance, not knowing what was going to happen next. Tammy and her brother Darren told the police that Carlin had a history of suicidal ideation, which created apprehension he would provoke the officers into shooting him. He was short in stature, only about 90 pounds, and the family insisted he did not possess any weapons. But the murder of Connie was gruesome enough to leave all the others on their toes, no one knowing what he might do the next moment. Police were continually calling out to Carlin with instructions to step out of the house, hands held high. They prepared for the worst because anything could happen any time. The police tried to pry some information out of Tommy and the family who were standing paralyzed near them. She couldn't believe and regretted that it was possible for her brother to carry out such a ghastly act in his demented mental condition. As much as the family insisted that Carlin was non-violent and even scared of the police, they did admit that dementia has ravaged him mentally.
Freed.
Are you family? Yeah, we're on the initial caller.
Are there any guns inside the
No guns. He doesn't believe in guns, which is kind of wild. But he's obviously got something because of what he did. So we don't know what kind of object, tool, weapon he might have. You know. So okay. All
He's
right.
very tiny. He only weighs like 90 pounds. He's very afraid of the police.
Okay.
So that'll add to his paranoia.
Okay.
And when I went into the bedroom, I just opened the door and he was laying kind of crosswise in the bed and she's on the floor. And I was so horrified by what I saw. And he like kind of moved and looked at me and I just like backed out.
Okay.
I could probably go in and get him to come out.
No, we're not doing anything
Okay.
like that. Okay.
Because
Not when it's like this moment.
No.
he'll run if he sees it, you know, he might try to.
Okay. Well.
The police knew that frontotemporal dementia is a condition that sometimes causes violent behavior. It does happen in a very small percentage of cases. They decided to tiptoe around the situation, keen on ending the fiasco without further bloodshed. Outside the house, the tension was palpable. Officers positioned themselves tactically around the property as they looked for ways to coax Carlin out without necessarily using force.
Residents in the area. This is also the Albuquerque Police Department and Police Emergency.
Yep.
Carlin, this is the Albuquerque Police Department. You need to come to the open garage door. Nothing in your head.
Ditch point.
Can you hold this for a second? So we can try to get a good position on us.
Put the better stuff right ahead. So.
Maybe this hold here. Trying to think, man.
I think we just hold here. Until LT
Go
says
into their yard and pull, but it's deep on that side.
it's deep on both sides. All of this.
No, I'm going to look at these people doing
Tommy and her family only look on in horror as police are doing everything to bring the ordeal to a close, hoping that Carlin, with his altered mental state, would come out peacefully. Officers were calling out to him, but knew that even though he never owned guns before, They couldn't risk their situation after all that brutal dismemberment of his wife. It was bad enough that tragedy had struck the family to the very core, and all that could be done then was hope that the situation would end without further bloodshed.
See, here's what I don't understand. Like, when this all happened, we told him you got to get rid of all butter knives, whatever. So why the hell are there knives in there?
So what we would like you guys to do is just kind of step back. We have it from here, okay? We're going to do our best to make sure that there's a peaceful resolution, okay? It's going to be an incremental process from this point. We'll keep you abreast of what we're doing and why, if you want to, okay?
He does have like dementia kind of
Yeah, he's just not there.
where he might be looking, but there might not be.
Yeah, he might
understand.
seem perfectly.
So,
But he's
When the situation unfolds, Carlin's relatives are alarmed that the police, as an entity, are most likely to scare him. His sister Tommy is concerned. "I know the police presence will scare him really bad, and he probably won't comply. But you guys could take him down in seconds." Carlin's unpredictable behavior has a source in dementia, but his relatives think he does not pose any significant danger to law enforcers. However, with the brutality of the crime scene, the officers should not ease off their alertness and care much.
Marlon, this is the Albuquerque Police Department. We're not going away. You're not free to leave. You need to follow our directions or force will be used against you. I need you to walk out the open garage door with your hands up and empty. Come outside.
he has had ideations in the past, so I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to get shot or something. I wouldn't surprise me. Okay.
Although he doesn't have any weapons other than knives. I know that the police presence will scare him really bad, and he probably will not comply. But you guys could take him down.
Outside, police are yelling repeatedly at Carlin. "Albuquerque police, come out with your hands up, show yourself." A cop soon hears muted movement indoors and yells back, "We just heard some noise on the garage like someone talking inside." They continue yelling for Carlin and have no idea what might be waiting for them. Carlin arrives, standing naked in the doorway, covered in blood. The dazed state of this arrival immediately puts the officers to worry. Officers keep urging him to crawl toward them. Carlin is probably either unwilling or physically unable to comply. They call out, "Carlin, come on out. Nobody's going to hurt you." "Just crawl to us," Carlin was told. He moved slowly, though, and did nothing that brought him closer to the officers, who had no option but to increase their intensity in the process of taking him into custody.
Any chance he come with a firearm, you just go behind me and get cover, okay? Yep. I know he's there, but just...
Hey,
Somebody, hey!
Albuquerque Police, come out with your hands up. Show yourself.
Movement, Sarge!
Show yourself. Let me see your hands.
Sir, come outside!
Come outside to the sound of my voice.
I'll let you do that.
Do it with your hands up and empty. What door, garage?
Garage!
We just heard it, yeah, on that side, sir. We just heard some noise on the garage, like someone talking, possibly from inside.
Oh,
You heard it, right?
yeah.
Sound like muffled.
Yeah, we both hear it.
Come
in.
Police! You have lights?
Oh, he's right there in the doorway. He's in the doorway.
In the doorway?
Yeah. Yeah, he's right here in the doorway. He just collapsed. He's up. Hey, move your vehicle up. Move this vehicle up to here so we can get eyes off.
Marlon, you're okay, buddy. Nobody's gonna hurt you. Come on out and talk to us.
Where do you want to keep moving.
Marlon,
Keep
come on
moving.
out.
Keep coming. Keep coming.
See you. You're good, okay?
Right here. Stop. Stop. All right, naked, covered in blood.
Marlon!
Crawl towards us.
Come on out, Marlon!
Hey, Justin, I'll take over command. You want to move up with your rifle? What's his name? Arlen? Hey, Arlen. Arlen. Hey, Albuquerque Police Department, okay? I need you to crawl towards us. Okay?
The police are approaching with caution, bracing themselves for the non-lethal force they are prepared to release. "We are going to advance with the taser," one of them says as they push forward. Another officer standing there, armed with a rifle, takes over the communication, asking Carlin to do the reasonable thing. Carlin stands there, 5 feet tall, frail-looking, but no one knows what he might be capable of, given his mental state and what he has just committed.
Move this vehicle up to here so we can get eyes on.
Marlon, you're okay, buddy. Nobody's gonna hurt you. Come on out and talk to us.
What do you want? Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep coming. Keep coming. Right here. Stop. 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 All right, naked, covered in blood.
Marlon!
Crawl towards us.
Come on out, Marlon!
Hey, Justin, I'll take over command. You want to move up with your rifle? What's it name? Arlen? Hey, Arlen. Arlen. Hey, Albuquerque Police Department, okay? I need you to crawl towards us, okay?
Carlin is either unwilling or unable to comply, which leaves the police with only one option.
Okay, so listen, if we're gonna step up and take him into custody, and you hold him.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna get as close as I can and hold the open door. So you guys get him into custody. You guys good with that? We have a less lethal up.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we got a 40.
All right, so we're gonna do it.
If I need to go taser, I'll go taser.
We're gonna do it. You hold him. I got the open door.
The vehicle in the garage has already been cleared.
Okay. I got taser in case we need it. I'm gonna come.
Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Hands up. Go on your stomach.
Hey, let's drag him on his back all the way out here in the driveway.
Okay, I gotta go back to back with the deal. Hold him. I got the open door.
Hey, Chris. Yeah. Put him on his back. Yeah, just drag him out.
Let them know in the back that we have the house. Cross covers on the door.
I don't know if that's him or somebody else we have rescuing around here.
Go and sit up. Sit up. Somebody can start the house.
Oh, yep.
Stand up. Here. Do it now.
Hey, right here. Sit on the rock. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Don't move. Rescue stepping up there.
Don't move.
Officers approach him, pin him down, and throw him onto his back to survey the damage. Carlin seems somnolent and of an out-of-reality place. He is mumbling incomprehensible phrases. "There's no help for me. I have already died," he says to them. The words shook the officers as they realized that they are dealing with a very sick man, not only physically, but mentally as well.
There's something I don't know what to do.
We got help on the way for you, alright, sir?
There's no help for me.
No?
Well, what are we going to do, Thurman?
We're gonna get you some help, bud.
There is no help for me.
How many do I have with you? You got 4 behind you, including. When you go in, you're gonna step right here to my light, and everybody's gonna go and stack up on him, and I'm gonna hold everything right, and then I'll figure it out when we get in. All right, everybody in lethal. On you. Yes, sir. I'm with you, sir. I'm not like that. All what you have, So, that's off the bedroom there. Let's move a little forward so we can check these holes.
While some officers stay with Carlin, others flush out the house to make sure no further threats exist. As they traverse the home, nothing could prepare them for what awaits them in the master bedroom. They have located Connie's body completely dismembered in a state too disgusting to detail. One officer radios back to confirm, 62, one in custody. We have a severely dismembered body inside.
You guys are good to hold. You're coming with me. Got it. Okay, you're going to step in and hold the hallways. You, me, and you are both going into this room. Yes, sir. Ready? Got it. Let's get through. Okay. We gotta clear it. Yep. Cover your head over there, Sarge. There's stuff all over the bed. Six inches. One in custody. Have a severely dismembered body inside. There's no need for rescue. Clear? Clear. Sarge.
The physical brutality of the scene is almost too much to take for the officers. Some can't even view it and literally run out of the house to collect themselves. One officer is vomiting himself and keeps his mouth open, trying not to vomit as he leaves. "I need to puke," he mutters with his voice shaking with revulsion. A different officer tells one colleague, "That's probably the worst one I've ever seen," in a voice that reflects the horror he or she is viewing.
I need a puke. I need a puke. Right, get outside. Hold it. Go ahead. He's coming out. 34. It's a 34. 34 coming out the window. Oh. Yeah, I'm good.
Outdoors, the officers attempt to calm each other down, obviously shaken by what they've witnessed. No doubt nothing in the spirit of Thanksgiving enters anyone's mind. A day for family and thanks instead marred by the grotesque act of violence.
Math.
All right? Feeling that bad in a while. That's probably the worst thing I've ever seen. Yeah.
My stomach just got turned in there. I just scarfed up a bunch of turkey.
Oh. You alright, bro? I know, it's nasty.
I did. Good?
Yeah.
Did you see everything or not?
Yeah.
Got it.
All this while, Carlin is behind the bars, giving little information about his mentality. When it is put forth before him as if he has any wounds, he vaguely makes a reply, "Yeah, I'm totally mutilated." The officers inspect him and were able to find many large lacerations on his body. For that too, he does not care much and keeps saying over and over again, "There's no help for me," a cold echo of his superiority towards reality. Despite all these claims, the policemen try to console him that medical aid is coming as he continues his mumbling like a real corpse.
I see all of you guys.
Huh?
I see all of you.
You see all of us?
Yeah.
What does that look like? He's got one. We see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing?
I don't know.
You don't know? Do you have any cuts on you?
Yeah, I'm totally mutilated.
You are. We need rescue up here. You need rescue up here, though.
There's no rescue for anyone, I guess.
Well, they're coming, sir.
I'm sorry to do this to everybody.
All right. I mean, we'll talk about it, okay? Where do you have your cuts? You said that you're totally mutilated.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you're still walking around.
Not real.
Where on your body? All over?
Yeah.
Okay. He's got cuts. He's got laceration. He's bleeding pretty good, man.
Okay. All right, Mr. Collins, let's get you standing up, man. Oh, he has a big one on his leg. Do you need to turn it down?
All 60 on him. Were we direct on 43? He's got a very large laceration on his inner thigh. Do it.
Turn it down.
Yeah, dude. We're not going to let him go 10-7 here.
I'm already 10-7.
Nope.
Or
Yeah.
Still just gonna hurt, sir.
yeah.
You got to do it, man.
Dude, it's like so high.
Yeah, but it's very close.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right.
Uh-oh.
You're doing good, man. You're doing good. It's
No!
gonna hurt. I'm sorry, it's gonna hurt.
No!
Yeah.
No!
Yes, sir.
Ah, I see you still. No!
There you
Let him
go.
know. It's gonna fly to his leg due to a large laceration.
Yeah, you jogging on his calf like that, so you apply to tourniquet.
As the detectives are trying to reconstruct the facts concerning the incident, Tammy seems quite forthcoming about Carlin's checkered past. She assures them that this is not the first time that Carlin's mental condition has brought on a crisis. Tammy vividly recalls it was like yesterday when she recounts, "When he had one of his episodes way back, he was pounding on his chest, saying he couldn't find his soul. That saw him being hospitalized at the Mayo Clinic after he went missing for 7 hours, a silver alert being issued for him. That was the year of COVID, and he got locked up for like 3 weeks in a psych ward," Tammy says, adding that his erratic behavior had become more frequent as his dementia progressed. Tommy remembers just one nightmare experience during that time when Carlin tried to stab himself multiple times, shouting repeatedly, "I can't find my soul." Now she dreads the thought that perhaps it was that hallucination that might have been responsible for killing Connie. Tammy tries to find sense in her brother's ignorant act.
frenzied state of confusion.
That was the year of COVID, and he got locked up for like 3 weeks in a psych ward there because he was undiagnosed. Nobody knew what was going on except he was, obviously trying to stab himself to death and hurt himself. But he would say things like, I can't find my soul, I can't find my soul. And he would try to stab it to his chest. And I'm wondering if that's what he was doing to Connie, his wife, maybe he was trying to find her.
With each passing minute as the story unfolds, the depth of Carlin's mental illness becomes clear. The damage his illness has wrought on the family leaves everyone broken. What started off as an ordinary gathering at Thanksgiving Day has now ended off as no one in their worst imagination could have even thought of. Tragedy, a blow facilitated by Carlin's dementia, which made him do something that nobody, the members of his family, could ever have seen coming. In this horror story, the violent act of Carlin unfolds bit by bit as a horrifically disturbed man possessed by a morbid inspiration. His own disjointed utterances during his ride to the hospital tell a tale of muddled mentality leading to some very gruesome crime. Though calm and composed, Carlin's odd utterances hint at something disastrous that would come as a shock to his family as much as to the investigators.
See what happened was,
Or to just get it out, I can take it.
my soul Marty died. The more I hurt myself, the more I'm gonna hurt. Yeah. I was really dumb.
You don't know, didn't mean to do it?
I did, and I was already dead.
Sorry.
Oh,
We're almost there, okay?
oh no. Oh no, it's forever. Oh, what a dummy. I was dumb to think I don't know if I killed God or...
His own words, colored with delusions of self-damage and macabre fascinations with divine vengeance, only reveal his fractured mind. Carlin said he's been harboring feelings of hatred, self-hatred, and resentment for years. Feelings which materialized into an act of brutality beyond anybody's imagination. In a statement to detectives, the killer nonchalantly talks about murdering his wife as if telling everyday steps he took with chilling impassivity. He confesses to stabbing at her neck with little remorse for her pain, while eerily hinting he was trying to get revenge on God. As the case unfolds, Carlin's motives only grow murkier. He talks of years of pent-up hatred, not just at others, but at himself, and then ultimately at a higher power. His twisted notion of revenge, which he exercises at God, has his family and investigators trying to make sense of the senselessness. The following day, detectives visited the hospital in hopes of learning more about Connie's suffering directly from the man responsible, Carlin. Before proceeding with their inquiry, they first needed to assess how much Carlin comprehended about his surroundings. They began by asking him simple questions to gauge his awareness. When asked if he knew where he was, Carlin responded ambiguously, claiming he was in both places, Turi, New Mexico, and the hospital. His cryptic mention of being locked in unsaved FR of me left the detectives confused. He further alluded to the futility of their efforts, remarking that nothing could be done, including by him or them, and inviting them to look at his neck, seemingly referencing the injuries he had inflicted on himself. Carlin was asked if he knew who the president was, and he correctly identified Biden. Similarly, he answered questions about the day with reasonable clarity. Despite his unsettling remarks, Carlin's answers were coherent, leading the detective to read him his rights and attempt to piece together the madness of the previous day. But no one anticipated the shocking revelations Carlin was about to make. When prompted to start from the beginning, Carlin disclosed that the events leading up to the tragic incident had been building for years. He explained that a deep-seated hatred and disrespect had festered inside him, and on that day, he lost control. He acknowledged that he would have to pay for his actions, though he believed the pain he was now enduring was too much for him to ever stand trial.
Ask you a couple questions, okay? Do you know where you're at right now?
I know where I'm at.
Can you tell me where you're at?
I'm off both places.
What do you mean by both
I
places?
mean, I'm 13 New Mexico, you're in the hospital, and I'm forever locked into unsafe eternity.
What does that mean?
It means nothing anybody can do, including you and me. Pain, you see my neck. So yeah, I'm guilty.
Okay.
Of everything.
Do you know who the president is?
Yeah, not Trump, but Biden.
Okay. Do you know what today is?
Day after Thanksgiving.
Okay. You know what year it is?
2022.
Okay, so to start from the beginning, tell me as much as you can in as much detail as you can recall.
Today?
Yesterday.
Oh my. It's been going on for years. Building fake name. And finally I just lost it and couldn't control what I did. And now I gotta pay with so much pain. I won't ever be able to go to court or the lawyer or anything like that, unfortunately.
So you had said it's been building for years.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Just hatred. Disrespect. That sort of thing. No, I just jumped out of bed and decided today was the day to inflict that much pain on Connie, unfortunately, and myself, and you guys, everybody. Yeah, I'm sorry that Connie got the worst.
So you mentioned you had jumped out of bed.
Yeah.
And what time was that at? Do you remember?
It was about 5, 6 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 7.
So you got out of bed. Where was Connie?
He was in bed.
And then what happened?
You can see what happened. I just totally mutilated the little girl.
Okay. Was she sleeping in bed?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I woke up when I got up and
so when Connie woke up, you said she woke up when you woke up, then you got out of bed. Did Connie say anything?
She said, "What are you doing? What are you doing up?"
And what did you tell her?
I said, "Well, today's the day." I could sit here and deny it, but it's true, you know. So I just went to town. Terrible as that sounds.
Okay. When you say you went to town, what do you mean by that?
It's pocket knife.
A pocket knife? So you described a pocket knife.
Yeah, it was green handle, 2 blades.
Walk me through kind of step by step how everything went down.
Terrible. You started hacking away.
Where did you start hacking away first?
The
neck. Was Connie saying anything when you were doing it? What was she saying?
Fighting like a trooper. She was fighting like a trooper.
So then you said you started hacking away at her neck and she was fighting like a trooper. Did you get injured at all while that was happening?
Of course.
How did you get injured?
Cut myself a couple times when I turned it on myself.
When did you turn it on yourself?
During and after I was finished with it.
And I understand, like you said, that you turned it on yourself during and after. I
deserve to suffer too.
Okay.
It's not as badly as I made her suffer.
Okay. Where did you turn the knife on yourself?
All legs, upper body, neck.
The hatred and the disrespect that you mentioned earlier, was that hatred somebody else had for you?
No, it's hatred I had for everybody and the man upstairs.
Why do you have that hatred?
I just started realizing what a failure I'd been and resentful of myself, basically. Resentful of the way I turned out and just kept building.
Was there a reason you did so much?
I was taking revenge on God. I won't be going anywhere.
No, you're under arrest.
Oh yeah.
So an officer will be outside your door until you are good enough to leave the hospital. And then
that will never be.
Why do you say that?
I can't get better like this.
Okay.
As investigators prepared to officially charge Carlin, his health rapidly declined. He seemed to know his fate, stating that he wouldn't be going anywhere and dismissing the idea of ever recovering from his injuries. 3 weeks after the murder, the detective contacted Carlin's daughter, Lisa, to inform her that her father had passed away. When he checked in to ensure she had been notified by the hospital, Lisa confirmed she had been informed earlier in the evening.
Hi, is this Lisa?
This is her.
Hey, it's Detective Watts. How are you?
Good.
Have you spoken with anybody from the hospital today?
Yes, they informed me that Dad passed away earlier this evening.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to reach out and make sure somebody had made contact with you so that way you were...
The next day, the detective met with Lisa to return her mother's belongings. Contrary to what might have been expected, Lisa did not seem grief-stricken. Instead, she admitted that her father's death felt like a relief, easing the growing legal stress the family had been under. For her, his passing was a blessing. With Carlin's death, the murder charges brought against him by the state of New Mexico were dropped, and the case was officially dismissed. The dark truth to Carlin's twisted motive leaves far too many unanswered questions behind and is unknown for those in its wake.